Now, ICE has made thousands of arrests, and we know hundreds of undocumented immigrants have been removed from the U.S. since Trump took office.
But with so much changing so fast, we know it's hard to keep up with what's really happening. So our Abigail Dye is joining us in the studio with an unseen interview with our ICE Houston field office to give some perspective on the mass deportation efforts. Abigail.
Well, Anthony Rashi, these ICE operations that we see flooding the headlines right now, they're not new. They've been happening on a daily basis here in Houston for years, and records show that around 90% of the people that ICE Houston has arrested in the past are violent criminals. But now ICE has more autonomy with all of these different executive orders, and there's a growing concern about how these removals are happening.
Looks like we got movement targeted vehicle.
From coast to coast, ICE says they're conducting enforcement removal operations, EROs, targeting convicts, but picking up anyone else undocumented they run into along the way.
Right now, we're concentrating on public safety threats and national security threats. Anybody in the country illegally, they're on the table, but we're going to go after them in a prioritization that makes sense. The worst first.
This never-before-seen interview with the Houston field office director was shot before January 20th. And it shows that these ops and collateral arrests aren't new.
We don't do sweeps, we don't do raids. In the past, there have been rumors of that going around all the time. Enforcement and removal operations, we do targeted enforcement operations only. And we may encounter collateral subjects at that point that are subject to apprehension as well.
He says in 2024, these ops were successful.
Our total number of convicted criminals arrested were 6,888. 90% of the arrests we made in fiscal year 24 were criminals.
Since January 23rd, ICE has been posting daily national numbers for arrests on X. What's not clear is what percentage of those arrested are convicts. A reporter pressed the issue at Tuesday's White House briefing.
So is violent offenders no longer the predicate for these people to be deported?
The president has said countless times on the campaign trail, I've been with him at the rallies, I know you've been there covering them too, Peter, that he is focused on launching the largest mass deportation operation in American history of illegal criminals. And if you are an individual, a foreign national, who illegally enters the United States of America, you are, by definition, a criminal.
Colombian diplomat Luis Gilberto Murillo posted on X Tuesday welcoming 201 immigrants to Colombia after deportation from the U.S., saying 91 came from Texas.
46 men, 46 women, including 5 minors.
In a posted video, he claims none of them had convictions.
No son criminales. They're not criminals. This information has been verified and corroborated by competent authorities.
A Houston immigration lawyer says the uncertainty is inciting fear in immigrant communities.
Who is deported? Or are they being detained? Are they being allowed to see immigration judges? Or are they all just being put on planes? I don't really know, but we'll see.
Now, that exclusive interview with the Houston ICE field director really it gives you a good grasp on how ICE operates right here in Houston. It's on the Fox Local app right now. You can watch the whole thing, and I absolutely advise anyone to go ahead and do that so you know exactly how this is happening right here where you live.